चलिए रुक करते हैं अगली खबर का। मोहाली में पंजाब सरकार प्रोग्रेसिव पंजाब समिट का आयोजन कर रही है। इस समिट में देश दुनिया के बड़े कारोबारी हिस्सा ले रहे हैं। इस समिट में सबसे पहले पंजाब के डिप्टी सीएम सुखबीर सिंह बादल संबोधित कर रहे हैं। आइए आपको सीधे ले चलते हैं वहां।
इंडस्ट्रीज मिनिस्टर ऑफ पंजाब श्री मदन मोहन मित्तल जी, रिस्पेक्टेड मुकेश अंबानी जी, चेयरमैन रिलायंस इंडस्ट्रीज, श्रीकांत मंजाल जी, जॉइंट मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर हीरो मोटर्स कॉर्पोरेशन लिमिटेड, रिस्पेक्टेड श्री वाई.एस. देवेश्वर जी, चेयरमैन आईटीसी लिमिटेड, राहुल बजाज जी, चेयरमैन बजाज ग्रुप, दिलीप एस. सांघवी जी, चेयरमैन एंड मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर सन फार्मास्यूटिकल्स इंडस्ट्रीज लिमिटेड, मिस्टर अजय जे पिरमल, चेयरमैन पिरमल एंटरप्राइज लिमिटेड, अजय सिंह जी, चेयरमैन मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर स्पाइस जेट, मिसेस चंदा कोचर, एमडी एंड सीईओ आईसीआईसीआई बैंक लिमिटेड, मिस्टर विवेक लाल, चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ग्लोबल कमर्शियल स्ट्रेटेजिक डेवलपमेंट जनरल एटॉमिक्स, ऑनरेबल स्टेट मिनिस्टर फॉर इकोनॉमी रिपब्लिक ऑफ पोलैंड मिस्टर जर्सी विथहोल्ड, मिस्टर जीवीके रेड्डी, चेयरमैन जीवीके ग्रुप, Mr. Jing Ping, Secretary General, Shanghai Municipal Political and Law Commission, Shri Rajiv Singh Ji, Vice Chairman DLF, Shri Malvinder Singh Ji, Executive Chairman Fortis Healthcare Limited, Shri S.P. Oswal Ji, Chairman Managing Director Vardhaman Textile Mills, members of Poland delegation, which is a partner country in this Invest Punjab Summit, and members delegates of 8 to 10 countries which are participating in this summit, and industrialists and captains of industry from across the country, welcome to the second Progressive Investor Summit 2015. World is becoming one. Today the biggest religion in the world is economics. All barriers have been broken. Whichever country, whichever state provides the best environment, investment climate, and the incentives, and the facilities, and the infrastructure, that's the destination where everyone in the world is going to go to. This is not the license Raj, which used to be 20 years back, where only licenses ruled. But today, the investor rules. Today, investor is the king because he has to decide. And keeping in view the present scenario in the world, I think India is the destination for the world to be in, and in India, Punjab is the destination for everyone to be in. We held the first progressive investor summit in 2013. Yeah, these are some of the disadvantages of high technology also. We had the first summit in 2013 where we made 5 promises. Number 1, we'll bring about a change in doing business in Punjab. We will provide 24/7 power. We will make Punjab the best connective state because we have a disadvantage of being a landlocked state. So only option is connecting through various other modes. Set up industrial parks and create the best urban development. In the next few minutes, I will take you through the journey since the last 2-3 years. And I must say, we have done wonders, and I can compare myself. I not even compare, I can clearly say we have today in India the best infrastructure in the whole of India in terms of the infrastructure among all states, and I'll show you how we have been able to achieve it. The most important thing for any investor is when you go to any country or any state, it's the how do you start business. You have to go to so many departments, so many agencies, and it takes time, bureaucratic delays, corruption, so many things were the hindrance of various states in India as well as among countries where everyone wanted to go invest. We looked at this issue and we said, how do you make Punjab the easiest place to start a business in the world? So we looked at the whole scenario. We created one department known as Invest Punjab. For any investment in a state, you just have to go to one department, Invest Punjab. What is Invest Punjab? When Invest Punjab is 23 departments which are required by law, where every investor has to go through, from pollution to forest to town planning to CLU to electricity department. There are 23 departments from revenue department. Now in Punjab, you do not have to go to any of these 23 departments. The power of 23 departments has given to one man, the CEO of Invest Punjab. So this is the only place I can say in the world where no investor has to go to more than one man. This is the biggest achievement we have been able to do. And that is the reason World Bank and Government of India rated Punjab #1 this time for ease of starting a new business. And for your information, this department has got a target. We have, when we call this department, it's known as one office, one person, one email, one number, and all clearances for investment are given in 1 month. Everything. Since the last 1.5 years, since the department is in operation, more than nearly 300 companies have approached this department, and the average time frame is about 35 days, which we want to get it down to 30 days for any clearance. Since the last summit, a total investment of more than 43,000 crores, which is USD 7.03 billion. 35% of it is in agro and food processing, 30% in manufacturing, 13% in solar, 8% in tourism, 8% in infrastructure, not the infrastructure of roads and other things, then health and biosciences and so on. These are some of the major investors. Reliance Jio, Mr. Mukesh Ambani is here. He's one of our biggest investors. What he promised last time, he has delivered. And I was talking to him and he said, whatever I commit, I do, and he's done more than what he had committed. We have ITC Limited. Mr. Deveshwar, Punjabi by heart, Punjabi by origin, and he committed that he'll build the biggest food park of the country here. Thank you very much, sir. You have started construction on that, and hopefully he's going to give us some more good news today. We have companies like Sun Pharma, Cargill, Adani's, Fortis, Max. These are the companies which have moved into our state in the last 2 years with a huge investment, which I just talked about. As I told you before, that what was the commitment? First was ease of doing business. Second commitment to the people of the state as well as to all the investors was that we will make our state power surplus. Sir, Punjab is now power surplus. We have invested in the last 6 to 7 years 32,000 crores in generation, 15,000, nearly 16,000 crores in upgrading our transmission and distribution, with a total investment in power sector alone more than 48,000 crores. We had earlier a capacity of 6,200 megawatts, and we've taken it to nearly 12,000 megawatts in the last 5-7 years. In 2011, when a second time a government came, our power utility was ranked 17th among all state utilities in the country, number 17. So this year, 2015, we have been our power utility has been rated the best power utility of this country. From 17th, we have taken our power utility into number 1, and it's a A+ rated power utility, and now. And I think one of the only power utilities in the country which is in profits. Third commitment to the people of the state as well as all the investors was connecting Punjab to the rest of the country and the world. We have taken major initiatives and we have had major achievements. Most important was air connectivity. Since we are not a port-based state, we don't have ports. Only way to connect is through airports. So we took up an ambitious project of setting up an international airport in Mohali. You might be very happy to when you came today, about 10 days back, this airport was inaugurated. We in Punjab, a small state, has now 2 international airports, 3 domestic airports, and the 4th domestic airport is under proposal, and on a final clearances are going to be received very shortly in Jalandhar. So 4th airport will be in Jalandhar. Sir, I will be the only state in the whole of this country where if you drive 1.5 hours or maximum 2 hours, you can reach an airport and fly out of this state. As much time, I think Mr. Ambani, you will take from your house to the airport in Bombay. So, and here you can cover the whole state. So we have been very successful and with a huge investment. Second, most important, and I think R is the only state in the country, is to build a 4 to 6 lane highway network. Look at this map in front of you, and this is the highway. The blue is the highway network already completed. The green is under construction. In 1.5 years from now, every city or town of our state will be connected with 4 to 6 lane highway network. No other state in this country has such a highway network, which will have such a highway network. You go to Bangalore, people talk about Bangalore. I think people have come from all over the country. I went to Bangalore. 20 minutes outside Bangalore, you will realize that you're in a different country. 20 minutes out of Hyderabad, you realize all states have been concentrating on developing one city of theirs. One capital, one city where they're showcasing everything you want to bring there. Like whenever you talk about Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, they only talk about Hyderabad. In our state, we talk about the whole state. Our basic philosophy is we have to develop every nook and corner of the state. Every house in the state has electricity. Every village is connected by road. Every basic facility which I'll show you is being provided and will be provided to the citizens, because our whole approach is holistic, not a city-centric or a part of a state. That's the difference between our state and other states. And if you look at this map, and if you look at the network of this, from any part of a state, from the remotest corner of a state to Chandigarh, in 1.5 years from now, the maximum driving distance is going to be 2.5 hours. Maximum from the furthest corner of Punjab to Chandigarh. That much time it takes from Connaught Place to Manesar. Maybe Connaught Place to Manesar. That's the difference. And this is the whole state I'm talking about. Now telecommunication. And I must thank Mr. Mukesh Ambani ji for connecting our state. And I think I will be the only state in the country where every village, every town will be connected with 4G, and I think he will be the person who will be speaking a few words on this. And there's a little delay in December target I was just discussing, and I think it's going to be somewhere in January 2016. But can you imagine? Connect every village of a state will be 4G connected. That means it's like an airport in every village. You're opening a citizens of a state to the rest of the world. And I must tell you, this will be the only place in the world. Why I say world? Because even internationally, major cities are connected, the remotest villages, and I do not have this 4G connectivity. And I think I must thank Mr. Mohali that he's been able to, and he kept up his promise, and he's put in a huge amount of money in the infrastructure, and our being the only state for, I think, for quite some more years, because I don't think so any part of the country or any state will have every village connected to 4G except Punjab by beginning of next year. And the best thing is going to be every rural school, college, hospital, panchayat will be connected. Every rural school. Just look at the education level. Just look at the exposure level which the city to achieve with this connectivity. I think I must compliment our whole partners who've been dedicated and spent so much time and money in establishing our state as one of the well connected and best connected telecommunications. Now, biggest, everyone talks about that Punjab is a small state, very expensive land, so there's no parks. So last time we planned, we'll create parks. We have been able to create industrial parks in our state. We have today 630 pre-cleared sites. The land of about 2,500 acres. You can come to us, and within a week, 10 days, we'll give you a letter sanctioned with everything cleared, from pollution, from everything, all departments cleared. You just have to go and start business. Kansai Narolak company approached us about 20 days, not 20 days from now, a month back, 20 days before that, 25 days before that, and they were shocked. They wanted a site, and they're setting up one of the biggest paint plant in the border of Pakistan, next to the border of Pakistan, just 15 kilometers from the fence, in Amritsar district, and they got the site. These are some of the examples. 20 days, everything cleared, site taken, construction, they're going to start. Same as Indian Oil, and we have got numerous examples. Other parks which we have launched, one is IT City Mohali. As you come out of the international airport, and you go to come out, in front is our IT City Mohali. And I think we are very happy. Top companies have started moving in. Infosys, HDFC Bank, Emerson. The huge line of companies which already taken plots, and their construction is going to start. I think another 4 years from now.
हाल ही में पंजाब सरकार प्रोग्रेसिव पंजाब समिट का आयोजन कर रही है। इस समिट में देश दुनिया के बड़े कारोबारी हिस्सा ले रहे हैं। इस समिट में सबसे पहले पंजाब के डिप्टी सीएम सुखबीर सिंह बादल संबोधित कर रहे हैं।
We will be setting up these skill centers, maybe around 2,000 of them in all villages. Every 4 or 5 villages will have a skill center, and we have a target starting from next year. This figure is from next year. By next December, you will have not by next 2017 March, because our buildings will be under construction. It'll take us 6 months to build up all our buildings, and after that, within 1 year, 1.5 lakhs youngsters will be trained under skills under the Skill Punjab program, and I think we will be the only state to achieve such a figure at such a large scale. For this, we are already tied up with ICICI Bank. Ma'am is here. She was very gracious that she was the first to tie up with us, and they will set up and run these centers. We have Walmart, we have ITC, we have HDFC Bank, Tata Motors, Uber, Maruti. We already tied up with and other companies which are going to take over these centers and train youngsters for various skills for self-employment as well as for employability, so they can get jobs. So this is the biggest, very big target which we have been able to, which we will be able to achieve, and this will be one of another major milestones of our state. Now, what we offer to investors. This is the exciting part. Like when you go through the budget, Prime Minister's, the Finance Minister's budget, the first part is boring. When there's those tax concessions start off coming, then everyone sits up and starts. Actually, as I might have mentioned before, today it is a... I remember 25 years back when my father was a chief minister, that time was a license Raj. People used to line up in front of them. If somebody had a textile license, the people used to line up, every company, we want to set up a textile mill, we want to set up, line up in front of the chief minister. Today, it's the other way around. Chief ministers line up in front of all the industrial houses. First, chief minister was the king, now you're the king. But only problem is, now the industrialists have started taking too much advantage. I remember a person came to me, he came to my office, he said, I want to invest in your state. Nobody talks less than $1 billion. So he said, I want to invest in your state, what do you have to offer? So I got my team, wrote down this, okay, we offer you, so this concession, this concession, this concession, this concession. He took everything in writing, and I saw he came out of my house. My Haryana chief minister's house is just next to mine. He left my house and got into the Haryana chief minister's house. Then he showed the list to him. The Punjab chief minister has offered me this. What are you going to do better? So he looked at the, okay, I'll do better. From here he went into the UP chief minister's house. I think by the end of it, when he came back to me after this thing, it was like the states were offering him everything. We'll set up a plant, we'll do everything for you. So that's the advantage which everyone has started taking, and I think is good. Anyway, what is one best thing which has happened is, states have started competing. Like first companies were competing. Like Reliance had to compete with their competitors. ITC had to compete with Nestle. Today, Punjab is competing with Haryana. Haryana is competing with Gujarat. Gujarat is competing. That competitive spirit among the government is the best thing which has happened to our nation, where every state is competing to get investment. And I must tell you, whichever state can showcase and deliver the best infrastructure and make it the easiest place to do business, I think potential is unlimited. Sky is the limit. And that is the reason our main philosophy in our state is we have to be far ahead of other states. I don't believe in the policy or just matching them. As my father told me once, don't worry about who's criticizing you, who's bothering you. You don't look left and right. You draw a big line in front. Try to achieve that line. People will start running behind you. You don't have to bother. So you set your targets. When I tell my officers also, when they look at concessions, I said, give concessions which nobody can expect. Do things which nobody can expect. If you do that, everyone will come. That's the spirit under which our government works. So what we have to offer? First is physical incentives, which we last time also gave, like VAT and CST retention. This is the difference between our state and other states. Some states will say, no tax. Here we are giving you another offer. Like I was talking to one of the big electronic companies. I asked him, what is your sale in Punjab? They said it's about 800-900 crores is a electronic sale in Punjab. I said, how much does your plant cost? He told me about 400 crores is the plant cost. I asked him, what is your sale tax VAT on your electronics? He said 14%. So I said, if you set up in a plant in our state, you will be receiving 100 crores from us every year, and in 4 years or 3-4 years you will be free. Because you're retaining, we're allowing you to retain. Unlike other states, they said we'll give you subsidy. They say you give you subsidy, but then you'll be running in after departments to get your subsidy. Here what we are saying is, whatever VAT you collect, if you have reached 100 crore and above investment, at various investment levels we have cut-offs. If you reach that cut-off, if you collect X amount of VAT, that percentage you can keep with yourself and give the balance back to the state, not the other way around. So you don't have to run behind this state, and the incentives are for 10 to 11 years or 12 years. We have electricity duty incentive of 100%, stamp duty and property tax incentives. These are some of the other incentives. Second major incentive now we are offering is inspector free system. Earlier we had boiler inspector, factory inspector, labor inspector, electric inspector, pollution inspector. Every second day some or the other inspector had to come to your office or harass you. This is what we are doing, and we already done, passed the legislation. Cut it off. You don't need any inspector. We trust the investor. We are going to have third party and self certifications. This is the philosophy. These inspectors, these laws were created during the British time. That time, Britishers never trusted our Indian citizens. They put obstacles. They wanted to make sure everything is checked and again rechecked and everything. Today it's our nation, our government, our people's government. You should trust. Our philosophy of our state is trust the citizens. That is why we have created Department of Administrative Reforms, where we have eliminated all obsolete laws in our state. The affidavit which Honorable Prime Minister announced in the Parliament, where he mentioned that we are in Government of India abolishing affidavits, I had done it 4 years earlier. We have done all these systems because you don't need these various hassles. Can you imagine? There's a transport inspector. He's supposed to certify a Mercedes car, whether it can is okay to the Mercedes car can be roadworthy or not. I don't think so. That inspector has ever sat in a Mercedes car in his life. A boiler inspector who was educated 30 years back, he has to certify today's boilers. How can he satisfy that? You know, these are all obsolete things. And we took a principled decision under the Honorable Chief Minister. We get rid of them, let people, trust people, and let them give you a certification. Yes, if a big company like ITC wants to put up a food processing park, they certified that, they give a self-certification that all the boilers are as per standard quality. That's fine. Third, most important announcement today. Sir, as I told you last night, and since my wife is also the food processing minister of this country, so we had to take a lead. I am announcing for any food processing new investment in our state,